Okay, so this old road you see here in front of me is blocked off with these metal bars, and these were installed sometime within the last 6 or 7 years, because this area in Google Earth, there's a satellite image and these are not here. And I think that image was taken 6 years ago, and I believe it's the most recent image of this area. So these were installed sometime, like I said, within the last 6 years to keep people out, but they made it so you can walk in. There's a little zigzag here, you know, like that, and they don't want people driving up here. And you can see where they had made berms here in the road before they put the metal gate in, because in that most recent satellite image, there is a vehicle parked up here on one of the square concrete pads. So I don't know what's up here. It's either a mill of some sort or something. It's very intriguing looking, so I'm going to hike up here and go check it out. But yeah, these are things. So I've made it up on top of this little plateau, and the road is still torn up. You can see it here in front of me. I just came from this direction. They really wanted to make sure nobody came up here in a vehicle. I mean, I thought maybe just the first, eighth of a mile would be that way. But no, they've done the whole road, as you can see here in front of me. They really tore it up. So it's going to curve up here to the right. And then right over there, on top of that next little ridge there, is where some remains are of some kind of processing plant or mill. So we'll see. So the road's right in front of me, and on that far side there's a metal pole. Same thing on this side, but these are made out of ore cart tracks. Big ones. See that? That's the upper part of the rail. And then there's the back side of it. So maybe there was a mine up here. I don't know. So let's keep going up the road here. You can still see how it's tore up. I'm kind of sticking to the one side where it's smoother here on the berm. But yeah, those ore cart track posts, kind of a promising sign, maybe. So it's about 105 degrees out here today, and I have lots of water with me. But it's actually pretty nice. Love it out here in the summertime. So here is an area of waste rock that looks like it might have been copper. See that blue and turquoise and green? I know there are copper mines in this general area, so if this was a mine or a processing mill, it might have been copper. A copper mine or a mill to process copper ore. I'm almost certain that's what that is. So looking around up here, over there in the distance, looks like what might have been an ore bin. I'll go check that out in a minute, but that's what that looks like to me. And then panning over here to the left, right down there is a foundation, and concrete foundation, and a round circular concrete foundation attached to it. And then something right here in front of me. There's a big rectangular foundation here, and a lot of rocks of the same type inside of it. So this was a pretty big operation, because you can see more concrete foundations there, but looking over here to my right, I think that's all waste rock. It's quite a big pile. So this was a mill of some sort. Really can't find any history about this location online. Don't know what the name of it was or what mines used it, but kind of just forgotten out here. But like I said, hiking up here, they made sure to tear up that road, though, to keep people from driving up here. So here is what I think is some kind of ore bin with an ore chute in it. You see right there at the bottom, looks like a grizzly there to sort the rocks. And then they must have came from up on top there, dumped in and came out through here. Yeah, I think I see shadows up there. It looks like there's more bars across the top. But yeah, that's what this was, I think. Let's go check out the top side. It's a pretty big structure. Again, look right there. That metal is ore cart tracks for the bracing. Very interesting. They'd use ore cart tracks. So the trucks would drive right up here, up the road, and they would dump their copper ore into this grizzly. Now this grizzly's been covered by a grate, but if that grate wasn't there, you can see the parallel beams that are underneath the grate. And they would dump the ore in there, I guess, and it would fall down to where we were down below. You can see the daylight down there where we stuck our head in there. So this is just a big dumping point, I guess. Kind of like a silo, maybe. And here's looking out beyond it. There must have been more buildings here at one point. You can see all the foundations we were checking out earlier, but it seems like this was really built cheaply. Like this wall was just, feels like aluminum or something. And they used ore cart tracks. See that right there for bracing? Looks like it was put together haphazardly. But I'm going to head down over there, check out those remaining foundations. There's a circular foundation that looks interesting. But yeah, this was obviously a big site, but just wasn't put together very well, it looks like. Put together very cheaply. And of course, because this is an abandoned mine processing site, here at the top of the ore hopper, they had to put one of their somewhat ubiquitous warning signs. You see it right there. So just came from up there, and this is this lower foundation here with this circular foundation. Here's a side view. Okay, getting a little closer here. I see some partially buried pipes here. Right there. And you can see coming out of those pipe fittings there some kind of material. So this tank, even though it's been cemented on top, was probably open at one point. As a matter of fact, in the Google Earth satellite imagery, it looks like there is a hole in the top of this tank which is no longer there. So they sealed it up. But Yeah, it's interesting. Here's another big concrete foundation. So it looks like whatever was done in that building, that structure there, you see, it looks like they might have discharged waste product down in this ravine, because further down there, I don't know if you can see it in the video. I'm going to try to zoom in. There's what looks like a concrete dam, a barrier of some sort. So they might have used this as a discharge channel. I don't know if you can see that. There it is, right there in the center of the frame, I think. So I'm not going to hike down there, but it's probably just a dam.